Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NYSERDA Clean Energy Communities Knowledge Academy. The recording you're about to view is just one in a series which aims to help educate local governments and program stakeholders on how to navigate the program, complete high-impact actions, and advance clean energy projects. My name is Carla Castillo, and I serve as Deputy Executive Director of the Hudson Valley Regional Council and Mid-Hudson Clean Energy Communities Manager. I will be providing a high-level overview of the leadership round of the Clean Energy Communities Program, a program of the New York State Energy Research and Development Authority. The leadership round of the CEC program is designed to help New York State communities implement clean energy actions, save on energy costs, create jobs, and improve the environment. In addition to providing free tools, resources, and technical assistance from CEC coordinators, the program recognizes and rewards your clean energy leadership. The CEC program offers flexible grant funding for clean energy projects with no local cost share, and creates pathways to lower utility bills in homes and commercial and municipal buildings through a variety of high-impact actions. The program also helps your community spur local green jobs with CEC project dollars. The CEC program is designed for local government implementation at the county, city, town, and village levels. HVRC is one of 10 organizations statewide serving as official representatives to NYSERDA on the CEC program. All the organizations are listed here alongside the Regional Economic Development Council region they serve. The delivery of the leadership round in each region is done by Clean Energy Communities coordinators who are typically assigned geographic areas within their regions. CEC coordinators are responsible for connecting local governments with resources and toolkits designed to facilitate a community's pursuit of clean energy high-impact actions. Coordinators also provide direct technical support, such as Energy Star Portfolio Manager training for the benchmarking actions, preparation of LED streetlights cost analysis reports, and Climate Smart Communities portal navigation. And we connect municipalities with entities that can support a community's completion of actions. Since the launch of the CEC program in August 2016, 610 local governments have participated in the program, representing 38% statewide. The leadership round expands the number of opportunities through which local governments can reduce their energy use from 10 high-impact actions under the initial program to 24. The leadership round also provides communities with more diverse pathways toward flexible, match-free grant awards available on a first-come, first-served basis. This image showing CEC program participation is taken from an interactive map on the NYSERDA CEC program website. We have heard that communities like to check their status frequently and see how their neighbors are doing. Local governments across the state have access to $17 million in grant awards through the leadership round. Each region has an allocation of $880,000 that is available only to a region's municipalities. Additional grant awards are available to all state communities for certain actions, which we will cover shortly. The leadership round offers many pathways towards grant awards for your community's clean energy, energy efficiency, and sustainability projects. Through a total of 24 actions, communities now can access 3 different types of match-free awards: designation, point-based, and action awards. Grants amounts range from a minimum of $5,000 to $100,000 for small, medium communities, and to $250,000 for large communities through designation and point-based grants. Communities can earn an additional combined total of up to $110,000 in action grants for adopting the New York Stretch Energy Code or completing community campaigns. Communities that receive a grant award of $20,000 or more may be eligible for an additional match-free $10,000 bonus grant if an approved grant project is located in a disadvantaged community. Large communities are those with populations of 40,000 or more residents based on the 2010 census. Small, medium communities are those with populations under 40,000 residents. A designation grant of $5,000 is available to communities that complete 4 high-impact actions to become a designated clean energy community. At least 2 actions must be new and completed after August 1, 2016. This is a one-time grant available to both newly designated communities and communities that attained designation before January 26, 2021, but did not receive a designation grant. These communities will receive this grant retroactively and will be informed by NYSERDA via email. The Leadership Round point-based grants enable communities to become eligible for grant funding by collecting points for completed high-impact actions. The more energy an action saves, the more greenhouse gas emissions it reduces, the more points a community can earn, leading to larger grant amounts that may be available to a community. Grants are available in separate buckets by points, by community size, and by geography. The 3-point thresholds, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000 points, each come with separate grant awards. Point-based grants are additive. If a community completes enough high-impact actions to reach 5,000 points and awards are still available, a small, medium-sized community can receive an award of up to $100,000, and a large community can receive an award of up to $250,000. Point-based grants are available to small, medium-sized communities at the regional level. For large communities, they are available at the state level. Communities can also receive action grants by completing one of two high-impact actions, the New York Stretch Energy Code and community campaigns. The grant award amounts and number of grants available again differ by community size and are available to communities on a statewide basis. The 4 types of community campaigns require a minimum number of participants based on community size, listed under required number of participants. Communities can complete one of each community campaign type. We will now cover the 24 high-impact actions available to communities. Each of these actions reduces energy consumption, stimulates the local and regional economy, and result in multiple grant awards. I hope you will find at least 4 of these energy and cost-saving actions are attainable for your local government. The Leadership Round's 24 actions are contained within these 13 high-impact action categories. Actions with a set number of points, like 20 for the Unified Solar Permit or 1,200 for New York Stretch Energy Code, are single-level actions. Actions with ranges, like benchmarking or community choice aggregation, include actions that each come with their respective point allocations. In this way, your community can create a pathway toward energy reduction and savings that is right for you. Each completed action counts towards designation. CEC coordinators look forward to helping your community identify its pathway. The circled actions are either new under the Leadership Round in gold circles or have been updated from the initial CEC program in blue circles. I'll now be covering each high-impact action category at a high level. Each slide will show the points available, why it is beneficial to take this action, eligibility information, and the submission requirements to earn credit for the action. Please note any dates listed. The Leadership Round resources slides towards the end of this presentation provide hyperlinks to toolkits for each action, which contain helpful templates that either reduce the time commitment needed for an action or are required to receive credit for that action. Those actions with an asterisk are eligible for retroactively awarded points if they were approved by NYSERDA prior to the launch of the Leadership Round. The Unified Solar Permit action is designed to streamline and expedite the approval process for installing small-scale solar in a community. Implementing the standardized permit application is expected to cut costs as well as save time and resources by decreasing the overall installation time. Communities that enforce the Uniform Code for private buildings are eligible for this action. Please note that only the October 2016 version of the USP application will be accepted. The Energy Code Enforcement Training Action offers 8 hours of free in-service training on the current New York State Energy Code to code compliance officers. It is designed to walk officers through best practices in energy code enforcement for both new construction and renovation of commercial and residential buildings. Completing the training module gives communities opportunities for significant energy savings through improved energy code compliance. In-person workshops are currently being planned in the last quarter of 2021 across the state. If your community is interested in adding another offering to its economic development toolkit, consider authorizing open CPACE financing. The PACE financing action enables eligible commercial or nonprofit properties to secure financing for permanent renewable energy projects and upgrades. Communities can receive credit for authorizing CPACE program and for the closing of a CPACE finance project in their community. The Clean Energy Upgrades Action positions municipalities to save energy and money by replacing outdated equipment with new, smart, and efficient technology. Municipalities must achieve a minimum of 10% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions from permanent energy efficiency improvements to municipal buildings, facilities, and/or infrastructure. The reduction may also be achieved with renewable energy sources, including solar, community distributed generation, wind, geothermal, premium efficiency wood pellets, or anaerobic digesters. There are multiple levels of submission requirements associated with this action. CEC coordinators support the portfolio manager benchmarking requirement by providing communities with training. Upgrades must have been substantially completed after January 1, 2020. The Clean Heating and Cooling Demo Action is a unique action that allows local governments to demonstrate their leadership through the installation of air and/or ground source heat pumps to serve as a building's primary heating, cooling, or water heating system. Only one building needs to serve as the demonstration project as long as it is 1,000 square feet or larger and open to the public year-round. The building must be owned or operated by the local government and the installation completed after January 1, 2020. Communities can highlight their leadership role by purchasing 100% renewable energy for their electricity needs. This is an excellent high point value action available to all communities. To claim that electricity is renewable or green, RECs must be purchased and retired in NIGATs. RECs must be Clean Energy Standard Tier 1 or Tier 2 eligible because these are the only type of RECs that contribute to New York State's clean energy goals. The renewable energy must be delivered after January 1, 2020. Through the Climate Smart Community Certification Action, local governments access a comprehensive framework for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and building resilience to climate change. Very often, local governments complete this action in partnership with appointed volunteers of environmental committees. Consider visiting the CSC portal to learn how your neighbors may have implemented CSC certification actions. Throughout New York State, communities are converting their streetlights to long-lasting LEDs. Communities can reduce their streetlight energy use by as much as 65% by installing energy-efficient LED lighting, generating cost savings and emission reductions. Communities can pursue conversion with their local utilities or through the ownership model by purchasing their streetlights. CEC coordinators are available to prepare a cost analysis report that compares the potential future savings from conversion to LEDs between the utility and ownership models. Communities that pay for electricity for most streetlights within their jurisdiction are eligible for this action. The benchmarking action offers up to 1,000 points for 3 energy use tracking actions using Energy Star Portfolio Manager. Benchmarking adoption for municipal buildings applies to buildings that are 1,000 square feet or larger. Adoption for larger private buildings applies to commercial and multifamily buildings 25,000 square feet or larger and requires that building owners report on their energy use through Portfolio Manager. All communities are eligible for the municipal buildings and advanced reporting actions. Large cities, towns, and villages are eligible for the large private buildings action. General Motors recently announced its plan to exclusively offer electric vehicles by 2035, signaling an important major transition. The Clean Fleets Action helps communities make this transition even sooner by incentivizing the deployment of light to heavy duty electric vehicles, whether plug-in hybrid or all electric, and/or the installation of EV charging stations. CEC coordinators are available to provide information on the latest incentives and rebates to help fund your purchase of EVs and/or purchase or leasing of charging stations. By adopting legislation authorizing your community's participation in community choice aggregation, you can bring lower priced renewable energy to your constituents. CCAs aggregate electricity consumers into a larger pool, which enables CCA administrators to negotiate lower rates on your behalf. Interested communities are connected with local administrators, which include Good Energy, Joule, Mega, and Westchester Power. Please note that cities, towns, and villages can choose to pursue 2 CCA opt-out programs, a 100% renewable default supply mix and an opt-out community distributed generation program. Adoption of the New York Stretch Energy Code action helps communities meet their energy and climate goals by providing savings of roughly 11% over the 2020 New York State Energy Conservation Construction Code. By adopting New York Stretch and having it take effect by December 31, 2021, your community can take advantage of these savings now and potentially gain access to the action grant associated with this action. Large communities may be awarded $50,000 for New York Stretch, and small, medium-sized communities $5,000 on submission of the required documentation. Jurisdictions that enforce the Uniform Code for private buildings are eligible for this action. We have arrived at the last action, community campaigns, which is an action with an associated action grant like New York Stretch. Communities can undertake one of each of the available campaigns and earn 200 points for each: community solar, electric vehicles, clean heating and cooling and energy efficiency, and demand response. Please note that the scoping document, which outlines your community's plan for a successful community campaign, must be submitted to and approved by NYSERDA before you launch any of the 4 campaigns. At the campaign's completion or after the campaign has reached the required number of participants, you will need to submit a completed customer list and proof of direct municipal participation. Municipal participation can be demonstrated through a press release, a flyer with an event hosted by your community, a website screenshot, a local press article, or a certified resolution. This chart provides a snapshot of the full range of high-impact actions that are available to specific local government types. Where sub-actions are not specifically broken out, the same eligibility applies to the sub-actions. The bullets at right explain the eligibility notations in the chart. This slide provides a very high-level overview of CEC grant award information. Please note the guidance document pages focused on grant awards, as well as the grant application hyperlink, where you will also find the grant project requirements for funded projects in the sample agreement and statement of work. NYSERDA informs communities via email when they become eligible for grant awards. All grant award recipients have 3 months from the date of the NYSERDA email notifying them of their award to submit a completed application. Projects must start within 6 months of the project approval notification and be completed within 3 years of contract execution. For grant awards $10,000 and larger, award applicants may submit pre-approved projects listed in the grant application workbook or a custom project. Custom projects are reviewed by a scoring committee, with the review process taking a minimum of 6 weeks. Communities can receive an application submission extension of up to 2 months as long as it is submitted at least 2 weeks prior to the application deadline. Please be mindful of these deadlines, as they can impact your community's grant award eligibility. CEC coordinators are available to support your community through the grant application process. These next 2 slides contain a list of useful leadership round resources. We encourage you to view the videos of New York State local governments that participated in the CEC program in the first round. The CEC Leadership Round website links start with the guidance document, which is the official Leadership Round document, to the High Impact Action Toolkits and Submission Portal. To explore the grants process, visit the overview page and review the grant application workbook. For those communities that receive grant awards over $20,000, please review the Disadvantaged Communities Lookup Map, as projects located in these communities may be eligible for an additional $10,000 bonus grant. The last few hyperlinks provide information on these 2 CEC actions and are the source for submission documents for these actions. Thank you for your participation in the NYSERDA Clean Energy Communities Knowledge Academy video series. Visit NYSERDA's website for additional resources and support, and to identify your region's Clean Energy Communities Program Coordinator.